Welcome back. I'm your host, Muhammad Bey. Welcome to the second season of the Trade Broker's Diaries. Occasionally, from my website, capitalistinternational.org, I will receive an email from someone who's been to the site, someone who's seen some of the many videos I've done about starting a home business or international trade or being a trade broker. One individual wrote me recently asking for advice. His letter goes, "I'm very interested in starting an import-export brokering business. I very much enjoyed your videos and content. If you can please advise me on a good source for educating myself on how to start a business like this, I would be very much appreciative. You can email me, call me, or just reply to this comment. Thank you very much, Muhammad, and keep up the good work." Well, I'm always happy to get letters like that. And so, this is my reply to this individual and to all of you who have questions about where you can get information to educate yourself better on becoming an entrepreneur, particularly in import-export. Let's take a look. One of the best ways to learn is to come to an understanding of the experiences of others in import-export. To do this, you must know what questions to ask and know whom to ask. One method I have found that aids me in my quest to learn more is to visit some of the numerous forums on the web that deal in the various aspects of international trade. If you are going to be a trade broker, for example, consider the following points. You need to know what is the starting point. How do you begin? To answer the email that I got, I would suggest that by definition, an import-export broker is a service business. First, if you're going to start a formal business, there are plenty of references for this. Visit Google and search for Small Business Startup Checklist. You will get a wealth of details on how to start a wide array of businesses. For import-export trade brokering, I would suggest learning from those already in the business. Choose the commodity that you wish to seek, and then seek out a group or forum on the web that deals in this specific issue. Say you want to deal in brokering something ambitious like oil, for example. There are a number of groups on LinkedIn.com, for example, to choose from. Just type in the type of petroleum-based commodity that you're looking for, such as D2 or jet fuel, and join the associated group. When you get to the group, ask lots of questions. Ask people for their opinions. People love to give their opinions. Be honest. Let people know that you're new to this sort of business. Some will actually take pity on you and give you an honest answer. Visit Alibaba.com, that's ALIBABA.com. They have a wealth of quality forums dealing with almost every aspect of international trade, including dealing with Chinese companies. To be an import-exporter does not require that you know everything about a product or a process. It does require that you know whom to turn to for each stage of the process. Locating a freight forwarder who works in the area of the world that you want to do business in is a good first step in the case of selling commodities like lumber, paper, rice, or scrap metal. The U.S. Census Bureau offers a free in-depth webinar series to provide the tools necessary for a strong foundation in the fundamentals of exporting. Visit the U.S. Census Bureau for more details. FITA, the Federation of International Trade Associations, has 450 association members and 450,000 linked company members dedicated to the promotion of international trade, import-export, international logistics, and international finance, and more. The FITA Global Trade Portal is the source for international import-export trade leads, events, and links to 8,000 international trade, import-export related websites. On this one site alone, you will gain access to such information as books and publications, starting an import-export business, currency conversion, security issues, directories, scams and frauds, export credit insurance, useful links, maps and geography, international financing, intellectual property, and licensing. Other sources that I would suggest include, but are not exclusive to the following. The BRIC website, BRICK, is an online trading community which supplies information for people wanting to do business in Brazil, Russia, India, and China, thus the initials BRICK. You can visit BRIC.com. It's owned by the BRIC Group. It's a B2B publishing, meeting and events organization, and it's based in London, England. Most of the information on their website is free. Another free source would be export.gov. Now, this is a U.S. commercial service program that matches U.S. exporters with buyers and importers in overseas markets. They have a searchable directory of new, pre-qualified trade opportunities and foreign government tender announcements that are available to U.S. exporters. This information is also free. Another good site is the Hot Trade Leads database. The Center for International Trade has a site linked to many trade lead databases. Plenty of sites for importers and exporters. It's searchable by country or by region of the world. This information is also free. Check out the Export Yellow Pages, online detailed database about the products and services offered by 27,000 U.S. companies, and in many instances you have access to U.S. company executives and product catalogs. This information is also free. I particularly like WorldBid. They have trade leads and opportunities from companies and government organizations around the world. Over 430,000 businesses have registered on this site to help increase their sales, reduce their supplier costs, and find new business contacts. This site is also free. If you're going to be a seller in the international trade market, it's good to know some of the marketing regulations that you are likely to come up against when dealing with people in other countries. The following are places you could look for some of this information. A to Z World Trade. They are a market and regulation information service for 100 separate countries. Their resources also contain a wide variety of import and export topics to facilitate all aspects of trade and the transaction processes. The Country Commerce website, which is a guide to operating conditions, trading risks, commercial laws, and business regulations in 55 countries. This includes licensing and protection of intellectual property, as well as fringe benefits, a sampling of wages, key contacts, and competition and taxes. The country commercial guides, offered at www.export.gov, is prepared annually by U.S. embassies. These reports present a look at countries' commercial environments using economic, political, and market analysis. Also, how to market products and services, leading sectors of exports and investments, financing, and trade regulation information can be found at this site. International Taxes and Business Guides. This is from the Diliot website. Diliot's online series provides information on investment conditions, tax regimes, and regulatory requirements, along with information for executives working abroad. And finally, it is a very good idea to have information on shipping and documentation if you find yourself being asked by a client to do the shipping for them. Many times, a client may ask you to do the entire process for them, and it's a good idea to have information in advance on shipping and documentation and the kind of problems that you're going to run into in each different country. To address some of these issues, I suggest some of the following sites. For example, the automated export system of the U.S. Census Bureau. They have an automated export system, or an AES. This is a computer system that collects the electronic export information, or EEI. Now, In many cases, the law requires you to report EEI for goods exported from the United States and its territories. On the website, there will be information. For specifics on when the EEI filings are required, see the section on the correct way to complete an EEI format. Also, visit the Common Export Documents webpage. Now, this webpage is full of links and information about commonly used export documents. I dealt with some of these documents in the series How to Make Money in Import-Export. If you have not seen that series, which is available on my website, please do. In addition to information about documentation required for shipping, you will also find templates for creating your own forms. The site known as Incoterms is also an excellent source of information. Detailed information on each Incoterm is available on the Incoterms site. Incoterms help traders in different countries to understand one another so that everyone is basically on the same page. It's a very good site. It also has lots of nice charts. All the sites that I've mentioned here are free. One last site that you'll want to visit in order to get information before you take on a client is the Office of Foreign Assets Control. This is particularly good if you're a United States citizen or an expat or a foreign national working in another country. The site will provide program summaries for all economic and trade sanctions against targeted countries. This way you won't waste your time doing business, say, with Iran or Burma or some other country that may be on the hot list. Take a close look and save yourself some time. As you can see, there are a wide variety of options for educating yourself about becoming an entrepreneur or an international import-export trade broker. The sources I list here are by no means the end-all, be-all. You can find plenty of more options and sources by Googling them or using other internet browsers. Write to me if you have any questions. I'm always happy to hear from people. Also, as always, please always comment, rate, and subscribe to our videos. Again, I'm your host, Muhammad Bey. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for visiting my website. Take care. This program is sponsored by Bey's List. At Bey'sList.com, you can post free and low-cost ads to over 975 cities worldwide, with more cities being added every month, and by the International Import-Export Surplus Directory, containing hundreds of listings you can use to find products and services for your business. Use the link in this video to visit our website, www.capitallistinternational.org. Thanks for visiting our website. Take care.